Hello everyone, my name is Webweaver and welcome back to another episode of It's Look Who It Is. And what are we doing? It's very simple. Do you understand what we're doing? Do you understand what I'm talking about? Do you understand about It's Look Who It Is? You ever think about that? Whoops, I clicked the randomize button. What are we gonna play today? We played a pretty miserable Miku run yesterday, if I recall correctly. Or maybe that was like 2 weeks ago. I don't remember. But I think we could play. We could comprehend. Who are we going to play? You know what? I think I got the perfect idea for who we're gonna play. You're goddamn right. Yashiro. The man, the myth, the legend. I don't know why I've made that mistake like 3 videos in a row, accidentally deselecting the Harbinger of Doom difficulty. What are we going to play on our backstory? I mean, we could just do random. It's true. I think we can just do random. I think it would be fine. Let's do it. Let's do it. We do a little bit of a random as a treat. And then what do you think we can do, huh? What do you think we can do? As far as old gods are concerned, I mean, Katurufu was the architect of our downfall last time, so maybe, just maybe, we should chill. And who could we potentially chill to? Some lo-fi spooky beats to chill your bones to? Perhaps. Fatalism Yashiro with the Shattered Court? I'm not feeling this one, Chief. I'm not feeling this one. I'm gonna be real with you, sister. I'm gonna be real with you, brother. It's not looking too good. It's not looking too good, chat. Not looking too good. Right off the bat, immediately, before the game has even begun. I was gonna say the streamer, but that's because I watched Plungerhead is streaming again, if you can believe it. I was gonna say the streamer's already given up before the first die has been cast, but you know, sometimes you're just Bing and or chilling. You ever think about that? I think about that sometimes. Anyways, what are we doing? I don't know. I mean, I don't know realistically how we're gonna be able to take advantage of certain aspects of this, but we'll see. Oh, did I put it on Timeline B instead of, yeah, I guess I did. I put it on Timeline B instead of, Timeline Random. Alright. Very interesting, very interesting. Now we're just gonna... whatchamacallit. Oh yeah, speaking of the funny video game, I am actually on Kanto 7's dungeon right now. I am caught up with current content. So now I just need to finish the first game, and then I can start playing the second game, and then I can read the book, and then we'll be so back. It'll be a new era. I don't know. I think I do need to record the first game, which I know sounds like counterintuitive, but it's just like the first game, the first like 20 days just are kind of boring. Just grinding, doing the optional objectives, and making sure you get enough ego gifts for weapons and armor. You really do be hearing seagulls, by the way. But anyways, what the hell are we doing? I don't know. I don't know what the hell we're doing, chat. What do you think we're doing? What do you think this is? It's Akamanto. It's Look Who It Is. I was not a big fan of this one, chat. Not a big fan of this one, Chief. Panic is just, like, disastrous. Blood Frenzy is at least something that's usable. But, you know, when you're playing your homeboy, Blood Frenzy actually does kind of suck, because that means your faith is going to take multiple hits. But, you know, it is what it is. Ooh, the school is doomed, huh? Unlucky, unlucky. Nice luck check. Like, actually extraordinary. But, you know, right now, listen, if I've got something on my mind, I don't know if I'll be able to properly, like, you know, do this anecdote justice, because I'm gonna be trying to play this game in under 30 minutes. But right now, the Final Fantasy XIV community is having the same discourse that it always does, because unfortunately, the thing about Final Fantasy XIV is that history is a circle. It is a flat, roundy thing. It is flat, roundy thing. And what ends up happening is Final Fantasy XIV has the exact same discourse over and over and over and over again. And you can actually predict the discourse perfectly, okay? So, this was an ultimate patch. So the discourse is, new ultimate, yippee, hype, look at all these cool weapons, oh, look at all these awesome mechanics. And then the world first clear happens. And then it's, oh my god, the world first team cheated! Oh my god! Oh my god, guys, the world first team, they cheated! They used add-ons! Oh my god! And then after that, there's a bunch of leaderboard drama, rankings drama. How should the Final Fantasy XIV community go forward with how it handles the world first race? If only the developers would step in and help us. The developers are never going to step in and help you, because guess what? If they acknowledge the world first race, every single world first race team would be banned, because you're all using FF logs. You're all using ACT. You're all using all of these things, right? Just by using FF logs alone, which is the entire infrastructure for how the world first race actually works, you're violating the game's terms of service. So the developers literally can't acknowledge you because you are the ultimate community, the ultimate rating community in their game, and yet they're never gonna help you, they're never gonna acknowledge you. Because if they do, that acknowledgement is gonna be banning your ass for violating their TOS. Now listen, whether or not add-ons are, like, justifiable, okay, or whatever, that my opinion on add-ons doesn't matter, okay? Because I am not Square Enix, I am not John Final Fantasy, I am not Yoshi P, okay? I am not Yoshi P. My opinion on add-ons literally doesn't mean anything. And guess what? Your opinion on add-ons, if you're in the World First community, also doesn't matter, because the game company that makes the game says that add-ons are not okay. They're not allowed. They're all bad. Every single third-party tool, every single add-on, FF logs, parsing logs themselves, the fundamental concept of which is required for a raid scene, or at least how all MMOs do it, basically. All of that shit, all of it is fundamentally TOS breaking. You know what I mean? So, like, let's just be real here for a minute. Nobody's opinion on this actually matters, except for Square Enix's. You know what I mean? Yeah, sure, it's better than a dodge, I suppose. Oh, you love to see it. So the thing is, and the thing about it that's sad is because you have, over time, gradually over time, because the world first thing used to be really, like, niche, where it was just sort of like, you know, people would, it was the raiding community, submitting logs, hyping up logs, being like, ooh, this team's getting closer, you know, look at the health percentages that this team is on, you know. that used to be the prime thing, but over time, people who catalog these clears and sort of like, you know, kind of like present the information in a digestible way to make it more accessible for the wider community at hand, you know, things got more popular. And as things got more popular, communities started forming around the World First race. And now we have a World First community, which is sort of like, you know, the big live stream that people are tuning into. You know, it's what the teams are competing for the World First through this org, as it were, right? And the thing is, this org is not affiliated with Square Enix in any way, because any acknowledgement that Square Enix would do to the community would be banning everyone involved, because, like, listen, I watched a little bit of the Fru World First, okay? I was watching a team prog that. I was watching a Black Mage, and that Black Mage had add-ons just on stream, you know? And it's like, listen, I personally don't care if you have an add-on that tells you when you can slide cast, or like an add-on that has like a mana tick so you can see when your mana is gonna regenerate or whatever. I don't really care. And I think for this one in specific, this person that I was watching, they were specifically just using a slide cast meter. But like if they were using anything else, I just mostly noticed that. But I was paying attention to the fight, you know. I just saw the slide cast meter pop up every GCD, which is why I noticed it the most out of everything else. But like, listen, I think, okay, do you want to know when the game will let you slide cast? I don't really think it's a big deal. All right, personally, I don't really think that's a big deal. I don't use it. I have emotes on my hotbar, and I use the emotes. And actually, by that, I mean I've just practiced it. That's what I did at the start. But I've just practiced it so much that I just, you know, I'm just kind of built different, you know? But, like, there's probably, like, a lot of valid reasons why a, like, professional player who's much better at the game than me would want to have something like that. Probably, if I had to guess, I would say for consistency's sake, so you can always know without having to, like, guess, or in case you have, like, latency or whatever, or inconsistent internet, just being able to have that visual cue of, like, this is when I can start moving, so I can perfectly start moving, or just so that you can, like, frame perfect start moving every single time with the thing, whatever. Like, I don't really care, right? Like, I think clearing Fru, even if you cleared Fru with that add-on, or any add-on, even, it's hard, right? Like, even if you did it. All right, so we're at 13, we're at 12, lock in just for a second here, lock in. And then go, no! No! Oh, we're fine, it's whatever. Like, I think that if you, or, like if you do that, right? Like, if you, actually, no, that was the damage we took from entering the Akamanto stage, right? Like, I don't think we actually got hit. I think I did it fast enough. But, like, I think that even if you clear it with add-ons, like, even if you clear it with, like, cheaty add-ons that the community would look down on, I think that's still, like, that's more impressive than anything I've ever done. Alright, I clear at a pretty decent pace for, like, a mid-core casual player, but I'm not, like, a hardcore player. You know, I didn't have that dog in me to be in the week 1 Arcadian mines, and I was there for 15 hours straight, and I was ready to clear M1S, like, an hour and 30 minutes after progging it, and then I just get dog shit team after dog shit team after dog shit team after dog shit team after dog shit team, and after, like, 9 hours of just going through the gauntlet, I get with this one team that wants to clear tonight, and we go for, like, 5 hours straight, and then we don't do it because people cannot do raining cats, because it's always raining cats. It's so easy. Regardless, like, after about, like, 15 and a half hours, I was done, and then I gave up for the night. I went to bed, I woke up, and then I did it, like, in, like, 3 hours the next day, after going through, like, 4 or 5 party finders. But after that experience, you know, I was ready to do M2S. It was, like, day 3 or whatever, and I was ready to do M2S, and it's like, I didn't have the energy for that. I just went through the hell gauntlet of trying to find a competent team to be able to do M1S. I don't I don't want to go through 15 hours of Honeybee Lovely. Are you goddamn crazy? So I don't want to be ready to clear the fight after, like, progging it for, like, an hour, and then have, like, just having to do it over and over and over again because the party finder cannot get it together, and then all the while I'm just getting more and more muscle memory on the fight, and then they change the strats, and then I do the strats that they tell me to do perfectly, and then they can't even do the goddamn... Anyways, I don't have what it takes to be a hardcore raider, because I would need a group to do it. I would need a group to do it, you know? I absolutely can't, like... No way in hell. Absolutely not. There's no way in hell that I could be a hardcore raider unless I had a static that was just willing to degen it, because going into Party Finder, I can't stand that shit. You know, if people put up a clear party for a fight, and every single person in the party, or like 3, 4, 5 people in the party can't do the first mechanic in the fight 100% of the time. Not even 100, I can't do the first, like, okay. I haven't messed up Black Cat's Crossing probably since I started, like, learning the fight, right? But, like, I've seen some people join. I saw the host of a Raining Cats Prog party not be able to do Black Cat's Crossing at the very beginning of the fight. And they were the one who set up the rules. And they're like, oh, sorry, I got confused. Oh, sorry, blah, 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 you know? I'm just getting tilted thinking about my Party Finder experiences, right? Well, like, yeah, people are doing some impressive shit with or without, like, cheating add-ons, and with or without quality of life add-ons. Like, I don't care. Like, I personally don't care. Do whatever the hell you want. It doesn't bother me one way or another, unless you're using the Fall Guys Stage 3 cheating add-on in my lobbies. Ooh. I'm gonna be real cross if you beat me with that. But anyways, you know, like, listen, any Ultimate Raider using any level of add-ons is definitely, like, at the bare minimum, slightly better at the game than I am. Like, 100%, absolutely. And many of them are just really, really good at the game. Like, way better than me, right? I think I could do it. I'm not, whatchamacallit. I don't lack in confidence. I think I could do it 100%, but... Ooh, would you look at the dodge strats here, chat? Would you look at the gambling arc? Ugh. Don't worry about it, it's okay. It's alright, don't worry about it. We're climbing up the faith leaderboards, okay? We're getting our faith up here, that's fine. But, you know, I just don't have that dog in me to be, like, the stoic, ego-death party finder monk who can just lock in for an indeterminate amount of time until the stars align. And I'm gonna stop saying it there. I really can't get... Listen, I have seen more... Like, listen, it's either you wipe on Black Cat's Crossing 6 times and the party finder disbands, or you wipe on Black Cat's Crossing... Or, sorry, you wipe on Raining Cats every single time. Every single... It's not bad anymore, because I can just join a clear party, and at this point, people are like, you know, I level 730, so I haven't seen Raining Cats, right? But, like, legitimately, for the early period of the tier, okay? For the early period of the tier, legitimately, the only party I could find that could clear Raining Cats was my static. And that every single time I went into Party Finder to clear... to do my re-clears, or to get clears for, like, my static who was done with M1S almost, you know, like we got it close. I think we did it week 1. Or not, well, sorry, we didn't raid on week 1, but, like, week 1 of our prog, it didn't take us very long to do. It didn't take us very long to do M1S. It was very easy. It was so easy, and that made me so depressed. They got it so fast. They got it so fast. They spent a total less, like, listen, when my group, when the static that I'm in cleared M1S, they had done it for less amount of time than other pre-made groups I've been with, right? Well, maybe not pre-made groups, but, like, groups of consistent people that I've been with. Because again, I joined a party that was on raining cats to clear. And we were in that shit for 5 hours straight. And not once did we clear raining cats. And then I'm with my static. I joined my static. And we do raining cats. I don't know, we put probably like less than 3 hours total into that fight or something. I don't know. It was easy. It's not hard. Sorry. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. I'm going goblin mode. Get me the hell out of this fight. I'm not doing this fight. Screw you. I'm not doing this fight. Absolutely not. Do you see this Miku in front of you? Absolutely not. I'm not here. I'm not here. Get me out of this. I'm not using a bone spear when we have potentially other bosses. Get me the hell out of here. I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm not remembering anything about what's happening. Get me the hell out of here. We have a lump of flesh. I don't give a shit. Actually, I do care greatly, but I'm gonna pretend that I don't care, so that I'm cool. Oh. Sorry, I am losing my mind. Listen, in patch like 7.4 or 7.5, do you know what the drama cycle in the Final Fantasy XIV community is gonna be? Content drought, game's dead. Nobody's playing Final Fantasy anymore. And then the new expansion is gonna come out, and then people are gonna be like, oh my god, we're so back. And then immediately after the expansion's over, people are gonna be like, oh my god, what a dog shit expansion, the new characters suck. And then, leading up to 7.1, oh my god, there's a content drought. And then, when the ultimate comes out, oh my god, we're so back. Oh my god, the main team cheated. Holy crap, oh no! We need to have a conversation in the community about cheating. The Final Fantasy XIV community is just a snake eating its tail. It's an Ouroboros forever. And it could be better. It could not be this. It could be better. Who knows? Who knows? It could be better. I don't really want to click enter, but I don't want to resist because then we go down to 1 stamina. So it's like, I mean, you can just like get +1 knowledge. Easiest shit of my life. Sure, why not? Yeah, sure, whatever. Sure, why not? Burn it all down. Burn it all down. I don't care. Do it. I don't care. Mystery 3, our first level up. I'm not taking this. I'm not taking this. This is 4 ghostly spears. This is 4 ghostly spears for +1 damage. That's not worth it. Are we gonna attack so much that makes up 24 damage? Are you insane? Like, are we gonna do... Is Zeal going to do 25 damage for us? No! Absolutely not. Get this shit out of here. And that's not even... That's the opportunity cost of 4. It also just makes it where we're gonna, like, die to sanity loss, like, really easily or something. I don't know. Get this shit out of here. Get this trash out of my face. Oh... Listen, the thing about Yashiro is that he can use max health things better than other characters, because he has more max health than other characters. But that just means that you use Peak, which is Ghostly Spear. Oh, come on, man. There's no way to... Yeah, this isn't gonna be good. Listen. This is... All we have to do. It's very shrimple, okay? All we have to do is live 1 investigation at 2 health. That's it. Just 1 investigation at 2 health. That's all you have to do. All you have to do. 1 investigation at 2 health. 1 investigation at 2 health. That's all you have to do. All you have to do. 1 investigation at 2 health. Do you ever think about that? You ever think about that? 1 investigation at 2 health? Ooh, thank goodness, chat. Thank goodness. I'll take the money. That's fine. Right. So, I do actually want to get the theologist. So it's good that they're at the school, because the police station's on the school, and absolutely take the sanity damage, please. Yes. We're gonna be resting a lot, so just horrible, awful, probably the worst thing that's ever happened. They said it couldn't be done, and they were correct. They said it could never get worse than Drain Swimmer at 5 stamina, and they were right. They were right, chat. Could never get worse than Drain Swimmer. could always get worse than Drain Swimmer. Listen, just do the kick. Just put the kicks in the bag. And then, you know, just Desperation Strong Attack. It's fine. Now, is this a hopeless, struggling, neutral, favored, or dominating? This is definitely a struggling. For sure. Alright. Now, the good thing is that we are going to quickly reach our max health. Now, the bad thing is that we cannot kill this boss with just the power of whatchamacallit alone. So here's what we need to do. You need to die, right? Like, you just need to, we need to take you out back and we need to shoot you. We need to kill you with hammers, okay? We do. Like, you need to go. Like you're gone. Like, you're gone. We're not even gonna talk about you anymore. Like, you're dead. Okay? We're not, like, yeah, we're not even gonna talk about you anymore. Okay. So, this is 11. This is 10. And do we want to go down to 9? Or do we want to keep putting up some fisticuffs here? I think we can throw the empty bottle. I think we can dodge, maybe. And then I think we can do something like this. You ever think about the gambling arc? I think about the gambling arc from time to time. And one more. Just as like a little treat. But what do I think about the, I mean, listen, what do I think about Fru? I think Fru is really cool. I just think that the current community discussion... So here's the thing, right? Where I was going with that anecdote earlier that I never finished was the community that is... I think it's like Mog Talk, right? They are like the big, like, live stream race for world first sort of thing, right? And the thing is, like, they're the ones trying to hype up the world first race, use it as a massive community event, use it for charity, fundraising, you know, all that good stuff. Very good, very good. I liked the world first race. I watched a little bit of it. It was a discussion piece among some friends for a while, you know. It was good. But the thing is, they are basically the biggest organizers for the world first race as, like, an event, you know? Like, there are people who are going to world first race because they're competitive and they want to, like, speedrun the fight or whatever, but, well, they want to speedrun clearing the fight. I should say they want to do it as fast as possible. But, like, those people, they'll always exist, right? But, like, the community does not have a official world first, because, like, an official world first event, because the developers would never sponsor something like that, because the entire rating ecosystem is designed on things that violate the game's terms of service. So, you know, completely, utterly. So, I mean, I guess we can just take art knowledge. It might save us some health every now and then. We should probably, like, level up, knowledge at some point, but I'm holding out hope for getting, like, an actually good perk. So basically, they are the, like, most official that we're going to get for a world first race, because they're the people who host the events, you know? They're the people who... No! They're the people who host it, right? They're the people who host it. So, basically, I'm gonna make sure that I don't get anybody's name wrong here, because I am talking about something that is controversy, even though I think, like, it's kind of a little bit silly. But, it's a problem that is, the reason I think it's silly is because it's a problem that is unique to a game that has a system that the developers created, Ultimates, to challenge the most hardcore raiders, and the thing is, the game itself is designed against the rating philosophy of MMOs, and so everything that is normalized in the MMO rating space, if you did it in front of a Square Enix employee, would get you banned in the game, right? And the only reason why that this is allowed to persist is because the developers know that, you know, it's... Well, here's the thing, right? I don't actually know why it's allowed to persist. But the stated reason it is allowed to persist is because the developers do not want to violate your privacy by installing some sort of invasive anti-cheat or by scanning your game files, which honestly, goated, right? That's absolutely fantastic. They don't want to scan your computer. They don't want to install some invasive anti-cheat to make sure that you're not hacking the game or whatever. They just trust you that because it's a game that you want to play, that you will play the game fairly, right? And honestly, it's really good. And it's a PvE game, so who cares, right? Like, for the most part. But that means that, you know, in their terms of service, any and all third-party tools, any and all add-ons, it's all bannable, right? Frosty Mog. That's the name. But we'll get to that in a second. You know, obviously, like, because the developers have set these rules, which is, any and all third-party add-ons and tools and mods and all those things are a bannable offense if we catch you doing them. That means that the rating scene is allowed to have all these third-party tools and add-ons and mods, because they don't have invasive third-party, like, they don't have, like, an invasive anti-cheat, you know? They just let you do whatever the hell you want. And they just say, like, hey, you know, don't let us catch you with it. And the only way they're ever gonna catch you with it is if you know, show them or talk about it in-game. Which, you know, we've had several Ultimate Raiders banned because they live stream with add-ons, and a Square Enix employee was watching the live stream because they wanted to see the best players do the new fight. So, listen, I'm not doing the cheat, by the way, it's fine. We can have, what is it, Bloated and Blood Frenzy until the end of time, I don't care. But, like, oh boy. The thing that you really gotta recognize, the thing that you really gotta realize, is that the community has sort of done this to themselves, where it's like, the developers hate add-ons, they hate third-party tools, and they have never given you that wink and a nod of where it's like, oh, teehee, just don't be like a dick about it. No, that's a fantasy. From everything that I've seen, from the very beginning of the game, the developers have always said, we are not going to invade your privacy, but do not use add-ons. We do not want you using add-ons. 7. Ooh, wait, hold on. What the heck is this? Are we at 8 right now, or were we actually at 15 earlier? You know, it's like, the developers don't want you doing this shit. They really don't. I mean, we could do 12 damage, but I don't really... I don't really see where that would be very helpful. I'm not throwing the, I'm curious. I'm curious to know how this works. I'm gonna throw it. The system works. The system works. Crucifix tech. Ghost skip. Oh... That's funny. But basically, you know, it's a community event that the developers can never officiate, partake in, or acknowledge, because the developers really... Like, everybody's in a shitty situation here, because if the developers acknowledge the Ultimate Raiding scene, then guess what happens? All of the Ultimate Raiders get banned. Every single... We're burned forever. We're burned. Unlimited burn works. Listen, if the developers acknowledge the Ultimate Raiding scene, everyone gets banned. If the community is just so entrenched with these third-party tools that it's like, and again, I'm not making any moral judgments, I'm not saying that you're less skilled or you shouldn't be doing that, blah, 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 I don't care. And also, my opinion doesn't matter. Like, again, it doesn't matter. My opinion, by the way, is that I don't care. It's a PvE game. Use whatever you think will make the game more comfortable for you. Use the game's accessibility features are dog shit. So if there's an add-on that gives you accessibility, go for it. More power to you. If there's an add-on that does ping correction so you can actually play the game, go for it. More power to you. If there's an add-on that lets you see all of the mechanics and see all of the AoEs, and you're like in the Matrix and you can just like know everything before it happens because that's how you want to play, I don't care. It's none of my business. I really don't care. It doesn't matter to me. It's a PvE game. You do you. Literally, like, that's my opinion. But my opinion, again, doesn't matter. Because I am not a member of the Square Enix developer team. Right? Like, and I think that a lot of, I don't know, just don't moralize it, you know? Just do whatever you want. It's fine. But, whatchamacallit, like, so this, this Mog Talk thing that we have with the World First Race is the closest that we have in the game to something official. And obviously it's not official, because again, if the developers did anything with this, everyone involved will be banned. But this is like the biggest event that we have, and, you know, it's the biggest event that we have for World First Racing. And what ends up happening is, we had the latest round of Ultimate Drama. There was a person who got caught cheating on the World First clear. Well, the World First stream clear? Or, I actually don't remember. But, like, the red dot, the funny red dot, the awesome lesbian couple, and then the intimidating red dot. You know exactly what I'm talking about if you've been on Final Fantasy Twitter over the past however long, you know? But, the evil and intimidating red dot. That shit's so funny, man. Bro forgot to turn his cheats off. Before taking the victory screenshot. That shit's so funny. And, you know, so they got exposed for using the cheating software. And they got disqualified from the, like, you know, leaderboards, from the logs. Well, not the... I actually don't know if I don't think it was disqualified from FF logs, but it was disqualified from, like, the Mog Talk World First event, right? And so, because that happened... did that just happen? Whoops. Because that stuff happened, you know, basically, the organizers behind Mog Talk are trying to figure out what to do, right? And the conclusion that they've come to just recently is they are going to be implementing a policy. Frosty Mug on Twitter tweeted about it today, I think. Yeah, today. By the time you watch this, probably yesterday. But they retweeted it. Or, well, they didn't retweet it. You know, they tweeted it out. And they basically were like, hey, you know, we want to make the World First Race, like, you know, like, we want to have different rules going forward so that it's a little bit more fair, or, you know, something to that effect. It's a little bit more closely aligned to what Square Enix would want. And, you know, it's actually a great public statement. It's a great PR statement. It's a great, like, article to read. Because, you know, one of the things that they go over immediately is that this isn't official, never has, and never will be. Because, you know, it's a fan-run thing. But of course, you know, it's the internet, so people are immediately missing the point in every possible scenario. And it's, listen, the Mog Talk folks, they're gonna be beaten to death with hammers by people who are technically, you know, breaking the terms of service of the game. That shit is so funny to me. Like, it really is so funny to me that it's like, and yes, I have Lump of Flesh, that's why I did that. We can go Doom neutral here, that's fine. Can I get on your own? Oh, funny moment! Me and abysmal dogshit Rutsu? Ugh. I think you gotta go stamina. You're not getting any. You're not getting on your own. We saw it once in the history club. That's it. But yeah, no, it's just like, it's really funny. And the thing is, it's like, it really is kind of funny. But it's like, you're gonna get your ass beat by people who are taking the moral high ground on breaking the game's on their right to break the game's terms of service. Like, oh, listen, I don't have anything against add-ons, but you have to admit that's very funny. That it's, like, there are people in the community who are, like, you know, pissed off that one of the biggest community-ran events would want to follow the game's terms of... Is there any other game like this? Is there any other game like this that exists? Where... Is there any other game like this where a significant, well, not a significant, but like a niche group of the community, like a niche subsection of the community, is so adamant about their God-given right to violate the game's terms of service? That's so funny. Like, that's so good, dude. Bro, I think that's hilarious, sister. I think even if you are, like, in this ultimate rating community, like, you can't see the humor in that. Like, you can't see that that's funny. Like, that's hilarious. Like, that's genuinely incredibly funny. That it's like, oh yeah, you know, we, that's funny. Listen. I mean, I think it was mermaids, and then we just got, like, daisy-chained into the out-of-town nonsense. I don't know, it could have been Akamanto. Oh my god, look at that. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, it literally doesn't matter at all, but... I should have seen if there was a fight here, because then I, would know if I could eat the lump of flesh immediately or not. What the... Didn't even need it, that's crazy. What a run, what a weird run. What a strange run. What a bizarre run to the background of this nonsense. But, like, that shit is so funny to me, honestly. Like, listen, again, break the game terms of service all you want. Like, like, I don't care. It's a PvE game. The developers don't want to violate your privacy. It's whatever. Whatever you do to give your warrior of light, like, I don't know, like a scantily clad outfit or a ridiculous body type or, you know, a mod to make G posing better or, you know, a mod to cheat the game or a mod to add accessibility features. As far as the terms of service of the game goes, all bad, all equally bad on the same level, which, you know, I think you could probably say is ridiculous, and I think that you would have, like, a merit there. And then if you wanted to be a smart aleck about it, you could say, like, oh yeah, what about Discord? What about voice chat? What about TeamSpeak? What about calculators? What about notepads? What about non-Final Fantasy XIV sponsored keyboards and mice? And mouse pads and non-Square Enix sponsored monitors. I don't even think Square Enix makes a monitor or is licensed a monitor, but they could have somewhere. You know, obviously, the situation sucks for every party involved, and I don't envy the community position that some people are in, and I also don't think that, like, you know, I mean, listen, my personal opinion, I said it earlier, you know, but I'll reinforce it here if you made it to the end of this video, is, like, if you use, like, a cheaty add-on that the community deems as, like, you know, inappropriate, or, like, you know, like, cheating, or, like, you know, what, if you're gonna do an ultimate, why are you using this, because it just ruins the fun or whatever, right? If you clear an ultimate with, like, it's some cheat plugin or whatever, that's still more impressive than anything I've ever done, and you're still, like, better at the game than me, and, I mean, I got no room to talk. I got no room to talk. You did something that's harder than anything I've ever done, even if you made it easier on yourself, so, I don't know. Like, I don't know what to say, like, I'm a casual raider. I ain't got nothing on that. I'm not built that different. Like, you still gotta spend the hours in there to grind it out. Even if you've got, like, some unfair advantage by, you know, downloading something. It's whatever. It's still difficult. I don't think it invalidates your... Just because I wouldn't use it, because it crosses, like, my personal line or whatever, I don't think it invalidates what you did. I think it's impressive, right? I think it's impressive regardless. I just think it's a shitty situation. Because the community is doing something that the developers can never support. And listen, I don't think anybody even tries to, like, play coy about this fact. It's literally not even an exaggeration that if the developers, like, got involved with the raiding scene and then banned every single person who violated their terms of service, the entire raiding scene would be gone. It'd be dead overnight. And the developers know this, and I think the raiding community knows this, and so it's just kind of like this weird, like, do you want to ban an entire subsection of your game's community that does your hardest content? Like, yeah. I mean, you can even use third-party add-ons on console, apparently. So I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know what to say. It's just a shitty situation for everybody involved. And so, like, I'm gonna meme on the, you know, the Ultimate Team used a cheat or whatever, because the memes are funny. But, you know, again, awesome lesbian couple, evil and intimidating red dot. That shit's funny. But, like, at the end of the day, I don't actually really care. I don't care. I think it's more impressive than anything I've ever done. And, like, maybe I would have a leg to stand on if I did world first through without any add-ons, which I would do, because I don't play with add-ons for, you know, I don't. Like, I just don't use add-ons on... I just don't use add-ons on my character, you know? I don't really... It feels weird to say that, because it's like, I know so many people who do use add-ons. Like, I know about... everything I know about Mare is against my will, okay? Everything I know about that is against my will. But, like, you know... Like, add-ons are, for against the developer's wishes, a huge part of the game's community, you know? And so, they're incredibly normalized to the point where you literally have people talking about them in-game. And you literally have people talking about them openly in, like, shout chats and say chats and stuff like that. And the developers, you know... They do punish you if they see it, but that's more like a wrong place at a wrong time. So this is gonna go on for 80 years, okay? This is gonna go on for 80 years. Do whatever you want. It's a PvE game. I don't care. But I will really laugh my ass off at the fundamental, like, baseline. This is stating the truth. This is not an exaggeration. This is not a misrepresentation of the facts or the situation. That there is a very... vocal community in Final Fantasy XIV that are really, really mad that the people who hold the charity World First live stream competition want all of its players to abide by the terms of service of the game that they play. I think that's really funny. I do. I'm sorry. If you... I feel like you should be able to, even if you are one of these World First players who uses these add-ons that are now banned, and you were planning on participating on the next World First for, like, the Mog Talk charity stream or whatever, even if you are in this situation where you're negatively impacted, and you're mad about it, and you're doing discourse about it, if you can't see the humor in that, what, like, you're what you're involved in, I don't know, I think you need to take yourself a little less seriously, because it's very funny, right? Like, it's not an indictment on your character or anything like that. It's, like, perfectly fine. Like, I think that you have I think your feelings are valid if you're mad about it. But, like, it's very funny. Like, it just is. I'm sorry, it's very hilarious. It's very entertaining about how... about how a community-run event doesn't want people to violate the terms of service. It's funny, alright? It is. I will laugh about it. And I will, you know, maybe it's a weird hill to die on, but hey, at least I'm dead, right? Anyways, this video is a disaster. I hate it. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. And, I don't know, subscribe or something.